Hi everyone, VortexTCG here, and today I'm going to be discussing something that is very important to me and I believe important to a lot of you guys. And for me, I think one of the biggest issues that this card game currently has, and that is Digimon events as a whole. I want to be discussing them, talking about the current issues that they have and potentially ways that we can fix it if Bandai are listening, which I doubt, but hey, maybe there might be, and maybe they'll take some feedback on board. I'm sure they'll do that. Last time they did that was with Resurgence Booster, and that was delayed like, 3 extra months. Anyways, let's talk about Digimon events currently as a whole. The first thing that I want to be discussing is what makes a major event a major event. And I'm going to be talking about primarily in-person events for this part. But for me, one of the big things that makes a major event important to me is the fact that it brings community together. It brings people from all different walks of life into one venue to play the card game that we all love. And I think that is a very important thing for this card game. I think it should be something like that. And overall, I think it should be a celebration of the game. You know, you come all this way to play in this major event for the card game that you love. So I think overall it should be a celebration of the game as well. It also gets you a chance to get exclusive stuff. So in the case of the Ultimate Cups currently, there are a bunch of promo cards that you can get from the Digimon line, which all look very nice. I've showcased them on the channel before. But there's also stuff like the regional playmats, deck boxes, which are a bit of an issue, which I'll talk about. But there's a lot of exclusive stuff that you can get and take back to your locals and be like, well, I got this from playing this event, and it feels special, and it's a memory that you'll remember. Most importantly, and I think for a lot of you guys, is going to be the fact that it brings you and your friends together to enjoy the game. There's countless times where I remember going to Digimon events that have happened, but also events like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, where I've gone with a bunch of mates and really enjoyed the experience of going to the event. It's a memory for a lifetime, and I think that's very important for these Digimon major events as well. However, there have been some issues that have been cropping up as of recently, because problems always tend to come up when these events happen. So one of the issues that I have currently is the fact that there is no reason to have any of those aspects because all of the events can be played currently online. Why is this an issue? Well, I've already described the philosophy of a major event for myself, and an online event essentially does nothing of that. It doesn't bring community together. It's not really a celebration of the game. It does get you a chance of getting exclusive stuff, sure, but doesn't really feel special if you're just at home in front of a webcam. Essentially, it doesn't feel special at all. And also, it's not really a way to bring you and your friends together. You all just go into a Discord and play the game, so it doesn't feel very special. It doesn't have like a sense of community at all. Obviously, I get it, like about 2 years ago, the pandemic was a huge thing, and so I don't expect events from 2020 to 2021 to be on or not in person. I completely understand that, and I think that's very fair to say. But we're in 2023 now, and the events are still primarily online, which means we're, lacking a lot of community focus, in my opinion. Online should still exist, but only in a small way. I don't think major events should have an online variant. I think online should have its own variant, similar to how Pokemon did the League Cup system, and I believe Yu-Gi-Oh! Also did the remote duel system. Those were events that were exclusively online, but at the moment Digimon has no exclusively online thing. It's just the events that we all know and love, but online. So Ultimate Cups, Regionals, etc. And at this point in 2023, there should be a very few online events. It should be primarily in-person events. And I think those are the major issues that I currently have with the game, or events in general at the moment. So why are these just major issues for the Digimon card game as a whole? Well, I've already discussed it a little bit, but essentially comes down to it feels like there's no community being built at all for this card game. Attendance has been overall dropping for in-person and online events. In fact, I believe as of recent, like about a month ago, I was going to play an online Ultimate Cup, and when I looked the day before, there were only 30 tickets sold, which is a huge red flag for the card game as a whole, in my opinion. And overall, like I'm going to say it in this part, and it just makes a lot of sense, Why go to a major in-person event where you can just play it online? Major in-person events cost a lot to go to, which is their main barrier to entry, but online, all you need to have is a webcam and the deck that you play at locals anyways. So surely it's just better to play online, but as we're seeing from attendance online, it's dropping. So it's obviously an issue that there are so many online events, and if you even look at some of the calendars that they've been producing recently, you can just tell that there are so many of these online events. It's just becoming way worse of a situation, in my opinion. How can this issue be fixed? I think there are a lot of things that Digimon really need to do at this point, but what can they do to actually help in this situation? Well, I think the key, even if they don't like it or not, is going to be the Bandai Card Games World Tour that they announced, I believe, a couple weeks back. It had a big trailer about it. It's going to feature all the Bandai card games, so Dragon Ball, Digimon, One Piece. I think in Asia it's going to have Union Arena and Battle Spirits, and then Battle Spirit Saga for us here. And if you look at the event schedule, all the events are in Asia except for one, which is going to be in Los Angeles. And it's not really a world tour if South America, Europe, and Oceania is not included. Bandai probably want to fix that, but maybe in the future they'll add them in the future essentially. But that's probably one of the ways that they're going to fix it, because that's going to be a huge in-person event for all the card games in the future, hopefully for the other continents as well. I also think, like, as I've been saying this whole video, they need to focus on these in-person events over online. Online, sure, have a special online event that happens that makes people extremely hyped to play in these online events, but make sure that there are so many in-person events that people can go to as well, because let's face it, it's 2023. Every card game, including some of your own like One Piece, are focusing on in-person, to the point where you're building and opening shops that are focused on the One Piece card game. So you need to focus on in-person events, because if you focus on in-person events, more and more people are going to come to those in-person events over online, and then online is going to phase out very gradually. So I think that is one of the biggest points that you can improve on in events as a whole for the Digimon card game. Also, when you book events, like, this is one of the most annoying things, and I can't believe this is still happening, but one of the events that I'm going to be going to, I believe, in 2 months' time is the Liverpool Regionals, which is happening on the weekend release of BT14 Blast Ace. I was really looking forward to this event because I thought it would be the first time where we'll be able to play BT14 at a competitive event in the UK, which is a huge deal because we only get like 3 in-person events in the UK currently. So having it at a new release was very important. But it's been announced that it's only going to be BT13 tournament, essentially making the event null. Like, why would anyone go to an event that is from an old set? Like, why would they do that? That just makes no sense at all. And also, the thing that you'll notice there's quite a lot is the fact that they run both online and in-person events the same weekend. So I believe in North America, this is happening in November also. Like, that just can't happen, because why would you go to the in-person event? You can just play it online. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, fix the schedule. And I think one of the biggest issues that this is just pure laziness from Bandai's part. Like, you essentially allow all these tournament organizers to run the event. Give them guidance, give them an idea of when event or products are coming out so you can prepare the events. Imagine if you communicated that with the Liverpool regionals that's happening. I'm sure BT14 would be legal, but at the moment it's not legal at all. So there's no point in going to the event at all. It really frustrates me because I really want to enjoy this card game the most. I want to play it the most. It is the card game that I've enjoyed in the 15 plus years that I've been playing card games. But the people that are running these events, Bandai themselves, are so incompetent. It is killing this game. And I know people like to joke about the fact that, oh, Digimon is dying, Bandai is focusing on One Piece. they could all live perfectly fine if they just stopped being lazy and actually helped with these online, well, not these online events, these events as a whole, because clearly they are struggling. They don't know what they're doing. They've done a world tour event with only like, what, 2 continents confirmed. There's no Oceania, there's no South America, there's no Europe. Why is that a world tour? Like, I have high hopes for this game. I really, really want this game to do well, but I think even people that play primarily online are getting sick of online as well. And if you guys are, you know, if you're like want to defend online, being like, oh, online should still exist, I agree, online should still exist, but it shouldn't be a regional or ultimate cup. It should be its own thing, or it should just be a casual / local level. It should never be a major event anymore, because this is 2023, not 2020. It's a joke at this point. It just feels like that Bandai is not going to listen and provide more events in person. And that is one of the most frustrating things about this card game, to the point where it has actually made me think that I should quit this game and focus on other games like Flesh and Blood, maybe, go back to Pokemon, or dreadfully pick up Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. I don't want to do those things, but those things have been creeping into my mind because there's no reason to go to events at this point in Digimon, because they're all just online and there's no support from Bandai. So I don't know, it just feels like a situation that should be solved. It should be fixed by now, but it feels like we're still living for 3 or 4 years in the past. So those are just my thoughts on the problems with Digimon events as a whole and ways that we could potentially fix them in the future. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this discussion / rant video at the end, please do like and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate your support, and thank you all for watching, and I'm going to relax now. I'll see you in the next video.